Hey everybody, Tim Crane here. Today I'm going to talk about a deal that I found. It was a HUD foreclosure property. I buy quite a few properties from HUD. They seem to have some good deals sometimes, and I just keep checking my area every week to make sure that I keep on top of the deals that are coming out. And so one day I was looking on HUD. It's not on there now, but when I was looking, I found a home. It was a 10-bedroom, 6.5 bath house, and it was listed for $40,000. It was on 13 acres. So I was like, wow, that don't sound like a bad deal. But of course, you think 10-bedroom, 6.5 bath house for $40,000. What's wrong with it? So this house, it was such a good deal that, HUD has a process that they go through that, like, for the first 5 or 10 days, I can't remember which one it is, for the first 5 days, I think, only nonprofit organizations and government agencies can purchase the property. Nobody else can purchase it. And so after the 5 days, if nobody buys it, then it opens up to owner occupants, people who are going to buy it and live in the property. If for another 5 days that nobody buys it, then it opens up to everybody, investors or anybody who wants to buy it. And so I was fairly certain that this property wouldn't make it out of the owner occupant phase. I thought for sure somebody would get it. And so what I did was I just watched it. My son went out there and looked at it, and he took pictures of it and came back and told me, Dad, man, it's a deal. I got to have it. So I looked at it. I said, yes, you're right, it is. So we have to watch the process. And so we watched the process for a while, and then the 10 days were up, and then it opened up to investors. And so when it opened up to investors, they were asking $40,000, but I wanted to make sure that I got it, so I bid actually $41,100. They've got $200 on here, but I bid $41,100 because I wanted to bid a little bit over just in case anybody else bid, I would beat them. And so I won the bid, and so I was excited. And so I thought to myself, man, I'll flip this one out, probably 70, 75,000. I'll make 30, 35 grand. I'll be in and out and I'll be done. And so I was like, yeah, that'll work for us. So I went out, took pictures of it, put it on the market, and here's the house itself. Huge house. Of course it needed work, but there was a lot to work with. And so it even had an outbuilding, a good garage building with an oil pit in it, and the 13 acres with a barn. Anyway, so what I did was I put it on the market. I was going to ask $79,900 when I first came out. My brother told me, hey, why don't we put it on the market for like $99,900 and see if we can get more money, because he thought we could get more. Well, the last time it sold for $140,000. And so, that's a pretty good idea of what the value might have been worth at that time. So I put it on the market for $99,900. I'm very impatient. And so when I got some calls, the first time, the first week I put it out, I got a whole bunch of calls, a whole bunch of people wanted to come look at it, buy it, thought it was a great deal, and then it just kind of fizzled out. And even compared to anything else on the market with that much acreage, that much square footage, nothing even close. I put on here possible owner financing with $15,000 down. And I got a call from a guy who said that they had $20,000 to put down. Would I take an offer? And I said, well, I'm negotiable. What do you have in mind? And they had seen where I had purchased the property before on Zillow for $41,000. And they told me that they were even looking at it on HUD for $40,000, but that they didn't have the money at the time. And so they couldn't buy it. And they saw where I bought it, and now they wanted to buy it. So they offered me $60,000. But here's the thing, what I paid for the property doesn't really matter anymore, because the value of the property is not dependent on what I paid for it. The value of the property is dependent on what's out there on the market, not what I paid for it. So they offered 60. I said, no, I can't do that. The best I'll do is $90,000. You put down 20 grand and we'll finance the rest of it. And they agreed to it. And so I sold the property for $90,000, which is more than double what I paid for it. And I paid $41,000. I got a $20,000 down payment. That paid almost half of the property. Well, when I bought the property, I actually got a loan on it. I put down 20%. The bank financed the rest of it. And I actually put two properties together on this mortgage. And so my total amount owed on the mortgage is $54,000. I bought $71,000 worth of properties. I bought this one for 41. I bought another one for 27. And together it's about 70 grand. And I put down 20% and the bank financed the rest for me on one mortgage. So the $54,000 that I owe the bank is more than covered for with this one property that they owe me 70. These people owe me 70 grand on. That more than covers my payment plus a positive cash flow, and I got another property that I'm gonna just straight cash flow to. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to shoot me an email or a message. Holler at me. Thanks for watching my videos, you guys, and keep watching.